it's not just one side of the story that matters, that the same interactions could be experienced very differently.
Hey guys, this awakening that we're having as a society, isn't that just chef's kiss perfect? Graham, $10. Whatever happened to the story about why Justin Trudeau left his teaching job mid-semester? Rebels seemed to be on the case at one time. I don't recall everyone ever getting to the bottom of this. Well, the school put out an official statement saying, oh, there was nothing to it. And how do you know, unless you have a source inside the school, unless you could somehow compel those documents, possibly through litigation, you're just never going to find the truth. And I don't see any grounds or standing for litigation. I think that'll just go down in history as a cover-up. But a lot of things are just out in plain open, plain sight. Can we get Rose Knight, any viz on that? Like, I don't know if you remember when Justin Trudeau went to a big beer party in Creston, BC, and he encountered Rose Knight, who was a young reporter for the National Post and other newspapers, and he groped her, and he came on to her. Maybe let's find the apology. Because so he was this drunken, I mean, he was 28, I think, 27 or 28. So he was not a child, he was a grown-up. And he groped a reporter. And she said, I'm with the National Post. And he said, oh, I didn't know. I wouldn't have groped you then. As in, you could have pushed back. Look at this. So this is the editorial that ran in the Creston newspaper. I'm sorry, if I had known you were reporting for a national paper, I never would have been so forward. Those are the words that were spoken to an advance reporter by Justin Trudeau, son of former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, August 4th. Trudeau, who was in Creston to celebrate the Kokanee Summit Festival put on by the Columbia Brewery, apologized a day later for inappropriately handling the reporter while she was on assignment, not only for the Advance, but for the National Post Vancouver Sun. If I had known you were reporting for a national paper, it's not a rare incident to have a young reporter, especially a female who is working for a small community newspaper, be considered an underling to their more predominant associates and blatantly disrespected because of it. But shouldn't the son of a former prime minister be aware of the rights and wrongs that go along with public socializing? Didn't he learn through his vast experiences in public life that groping a strange young woman isn't in the handbook of proper etiquette, regardless of who she is, what her business is, or where they are? And what makes the fact that she was working for the Post of any relevance? Big stories break first in community papers, after all. It may not have been an earth-shattering find, but one thing could have been learned from the experience. Like father, like son. Ooh, that's the Creston Advance. Can we grab She Experienced It Differently, the sound on tape there? So that was out in the open for a while. That was published publicly. It was dug up after Trudeau's first election, if I recall. And he was asked about it, and he sloughed it off. And my point to you is that, yes, it would be quite something to find out the truth of why he left so suddenly midterm at a school. I mean, we've all heard various rumors. Can you corroborate the rumors without documents? But my point is, even if the documents were out there, the media party would run interference for Trudeau. All the media party had the blackface photos and the blackface videos. They sat on them until they were broken by Time Magazine. Like CBC, Global, they literally had the blackface photos and videos and were not publishing it. What do they have now that they're still not publishing, waiting for some foreign outlet to do so? And when the Rose Knight story, the groping story, which obviously Trudeau more or less confessed to by apologizing, oh, I'm sorry, oh, sorry, I wouldn't have been so handsy had I known you were someone who had some importance in life. You weren't a nobody's nothing. You weren't grateful to be groped by a young prince. Well, so what would happen? So the media would ask him about it and say, oh, she experienced it differently. And this is a learning moment for all of us. And we, like he would, I mean, remember when Trudeau was finally asked about Rose Knight being groped? Here's the clip.
Policy when it comes to allegations of sexual misconduct within your party. There are serious allegations against you right now. Why not call an independent investigation and put this boy to rest?
Obviously, this is a situation that has been very much on my mind over the past few weeks. It's a issue that I have been deeply engaged with, not just as a leader, but all my life since my early 20s in university, active on issues around sexual assault and behaviors. I've been reflecting very carefully on what I remember from that incident almost 20 years ago. And again, I am confident that I did not act inappropriately. But part of this awakening that we're having as a society, a long-awaited realization, is that it's not just one side of the story that matters, that the same interactions could be experienced very differently.
Hey guys, this awakening that we're having as a society, isn't that just chef's kiss perfect? Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I did, Groper. First of all, it was years ago. I mean, I was only 28. I mean, oh yeah. Whew, good times. She was a hot little number. Yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, well, this awakening that we are having as a society, she experienced it differently. No, we're not having an awakening, buddy. If we were to grope someone, we would be fired. We don't need to be awakened. This is you, but you're commenting on it like you're some passive outsider, not the central actor in the matter. And this is a teachable moment that we can all learn something from. It's the media that allowed him to skate on that because it's different rules for different parties.